All right, so I know a lot of people are struggling against the blitz. However, I do have answers for you against it. So the first thing I would do when facing a cover 2 blitz like this, DB Fire 2, it's a blitz that pretty much I think everybody runs. What you should do is knowing that, look, there's 2 guys back. Each guy covers 1/2. So if there's 2 guys back, we should have 3 guys run deep, right? And we need to block this wide receiver or a running back. Just wherever you have less receiving options on the field, that's the side where you need to block, right? So where the 3 wide receivers are, don't have a guy block there. So you can have a guy run down the middle of the field here, and then 2 players run down the sidelines, right? So 3 guys running deep versus 2 guys back. And for some reason, we didn't really block the blitz. But I had both B and A open. So you can really destroy DB Fire 2 like that. Now, if you start destroying DB Fire 2 like that, what they're going to most likely do is they're going to run something like this, right? Now, all of a sudden, they're going to have a cover 3 look. So when you face a cover 3 look, you're really not going to be able to throw the ball deep down the field, especially with all these deep zone knockouts. So what you do need to know, though, is that there's 5 guys blitzing, right? Which means there's only 6 guys in zone. And 3 of them are covering the deep stuff. So that means there's only 3 underneath zones. So what you should do is run something like this, where you're attacking all 4 underneath areas of the field because there's only 3 underneath zone defenders. So the guy that's going to be open here is X. So, boom. And you can get out the ball really quick. So even if they have a free rusher, you can get the ball out before they get the pressure there. Now, another way to beat the cover 3 blitz, if you don't feel, let's say, comfortable making quick reads and stuff. So I'm going to get in the same defense here. And let's say they're using this guy, right? What they're probably going to do again is this cover 3 hard flat type blitz. So what you should do is you should block an extra guy, right? So you have more time to make a read if you don't feel comfortable making quick reads, or maybe you just want to mix it up. I think it's best to do this with corner routes because they get to point A to point B quicker than crossing routes. But you can run a crossing route too. You could easily do something like this instead. But to make it a little bit quicker, I would do something like this. So again, you're blocking 6, they're sending 5. You're going to pick up the blitz here. And both my corner routes are open. And that's a completed pass. So that's how I beat the cover 3 blitz. Now, I know a lot of people don't run empty, and they run compressed sets. And I don't purport empty to be the best offense in the game. But I will say one thing, it is pretty good at beating the blitz. However, if you want to beat the blitz, I just recommend you running a spread set or a trip set. I'll show you how to do the same stuff here in trips tight end. So here, once again, they're in DB Fire 2, and a lot of people run trips tight end. So one way how to easily beat DB Fire 2 and trips tight end is it's pretty much the same concept. A is running deep to the sidelines, and I'm just gonna smart route it so it runs a little deeper. And then we have one guy running down the middle of the field, and then the other guy running deep down the sidelines. And basically, B and X are both open. I'm gonna hit B right here, and we almost got a touchdown. And if I made the guy miss, we would have gotten a touchdown. So it's really easy to beat DB Fire 2 if you're in a spread set. Now, let's say they're back in this cover 3 hard flat blitz, and you're in trips tight end, and you want to make a quick read. And remember, when I say make a quick read, make sure you attack all 4 underneath areas of the field, because remember, they only have 3 underneath zone defenders. So you can easily do this. If I was doing it in trips, I would just run something like this. This probably even works better than the empty version of this play. But remember, there's not a yellow zone on the left side of the field, so RB is going to be open here. And even though I got screamed at and they got a free rusher, I'm able to get about 15, 20 yards very easily. So that's how I would do it. Now the one problem with trips tight end is that unlike an empty, you don't really have the ability to run that double corner route play. So if I can run it on the right side of the field here, but on the short side of the field, I can't run that corner route play because I got to block an extra guy, and then I don't have a pull route, and then, you know, it's a problem. So, however, there is solutions in trips tight end if you want to block an extra guy. So what I would do is I would run something like this, right, if I was facing the blitz, right? Because, remember, they're in cover 3. The corner right here in the deep blue is going to take Y. The hard flat right here is going to take X, and then B is going to be wide open. So that's something you can do. Now the problem is if they are using this defender and if they go guard B, so basically the defense would look like this. Now, however, that's why we have the Texas route on the field, because if they, you know, play defense like that, where they basically go guard B with their user, that's why we have RB. And we pick up about, you know, they're a lot of yards, 20 yards. So now the one problem is if they, you know, guess right, which they can't, which is really difficult to do against a double corner route play, because they're playing the hard flats. But if they did do something like this and then they basically guarded a B with their user, see how they have the vert hook there now? Then this play is totally dead, right? Because the Texas route's going to be guarded by the vert hook. So that is the problem. If the defense starts blitzing and they start guessing right and you're blocking 6, you're in a little bit of trouble, even though you will pick up the blitz, but there's nobody open. So that's a problem. That's why I prefer something like empty, because a double corner route play is a really, really big advantage. However, you know, most people run trips tight end over empty. So that's what I would do, though, if I was in trips tight end. Now, I know bunch is the meta, but I don't think it's the best at beating the blitz because, like I said, if they're in this cover 3 hard flat type defense, just like this with the 5-man rush, it's really difficult to send 5 routes out and attack all 4 underneath areas of the field, especially if you're in a 4x1 set, which a lot of people like running bunch like this, you know, when it's like bunch strong or something. But yeah, I don't know how you really attack all 5 or all 4 underneath areas of the field, because by the time the receivers separate from each other, the user defender is basically going to be able to guard all 4. So if you did something like this, right, I don't know what it would look like, maybe something like this, that would be attacking all 4 underneath areas of the field. But the offense is so compressed that, look, if I'm using here, I can easily bait the offensive player into a pick 6 because you know, they're not separating in time before the pressure gets there. So if I was in bunch, what you would basically have to do is block a guy to pick up a 5-man rush and, you know, maybe run something like this against a cover 3 hard flat, hoping that they're using Patrick Willis. Write it as well. You need to be able to come up with your own ideas, but you can definitely read someone else's paper and gain ideas, and that's what I'm trying to do. So overall, hopefully this helps. And yeah, I mean, beating the blitz is the main thing in Madden right now. If you can beat the blitz and force them to drop guys in coverage, then you have time where you can really, you know, dissect the defense, and it's really easy to read. So yeah, hopefully this helps, and thanks for watching, everyone.